All right, welcome everyone to our Tuesday night training call. Thank you for jumping on. I know it's back to school, it's busy time. We're all racing to get to Leaders Retreat and all that fun stuff. So just appreciate you coming on. And I think any way to grow our network, grow our business, I want to know how to do it. If you've been doing this business for a little bit or a long time, it's always great to expand your network, especially if you've been doing it for a while, like myself, because my warm market is, I'm constantly trying to add new friends and that sort of thing. So I think garage sale sites are amazing. They're like the buy, sell, and trade, the swap sites that you see. And I actually utilized it a lot in New Mexico when I moved there, not knowing anybody. So I think this is a really great topic. And I know Kara's been rocking it with the garage sale sites. So we're going to let her give us some tips and then we'll discuss. So if you jump on, just mute. And then at the end, we'll ask questions. So Kara, I'll go ahead and let you take it away.
Okay, thank you. Hey, everybody, I'm Kara, Gold Ambassador, and can you hear me okay? Okay. So number one, I cannot take credit for anything that I've been doing. I watched an amazing video. Seamus says hi. He can't sleep tonight. I watched a really awesome video, and now I can't even think of the name of the gals. I was going to try and rewatch it again today. But possibly what we could do is post the YouTube link in the comments section of the post. Yeah, surely something. Possibly we can post that YouTube video in the comments because it's great. It's a very long video, but it's long because these gals like lay it out for you. The one gal explaining it starts from the very beginning and just explains everything on how she does it. So that's really how I got started. And I was a lot like Ashley. Like my warm market was just going down and it was dwindling. I've reached out to everybody in my warm market, and I was like on my third or fourth follow-up. Now, granted, we know it's follow-up 5 through 12 that gets people on. But in the meantime, I needed to expand my network. So I watched this video. Chris sent it to me, and I just ran with it. So this is kind of how my day looks now with my garage sale sites. One of the things I really liked, yes, thank you, Alicia. One of the things I really liked that this gal said was, the way she decides where she's going to join garage sale sites is, okay, you guys, I'm kind of leading my training call tonight. I'm going to need you to go figure this out yourself. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. School doesn't start for another week for us, and I'm like running on fumes at this point. Thank you. Yep. Yeah. I know, right? That is. Thank you for figuring it out. Can we figure it out in your bedroom? Okay. Go. Good night. Oh, when the stairs get to stay up late? I totally have lost my train of thought. What was I talking about?
You're saying this is what your daily garage sale site looks like, or what you do? Was that what you ended on?
Yeah, I was going to say something before that. Oh, sorry.
You were talking about how you couldn't take credit for it, and you were talking about these ladies and then what you learned from their video.
Oh, you know what? Yes. And she was talking about how she decides where she's going to join garage sale sites. So, and what I really liked was that she decided she joins these garage sale sites according to where she would like to go visit or vacation. She's like, who wouldn't want to? She loves Michigan State University, I think is what she said. So she's working on building a team in Michigan so that she can visit Michigan to vacation and build her team there also. So me personally, I want to visit all the states. So I kind of pick and choose, but I have been focusing more on the Western states like Oregon and Washington State, Northern California, because I've never been there. And I thought, oh, how cool would it be to build a team out that way? So I did in the beginning kind of what I would call like a loading dose, right? In the beginning, when you first start something, you like take 20 pills in the beginning, and then, you know, you taper it off. So what I did was I went through and found, I don't even know, I would say 20 to 30 garage sale sites, and it took some time because you got to read their rules. But that's what I did, and I joined. Now, if they say I don't mess with them, I guess let me just back up. I found comfort in the fact that these gals in the videos said, look, you're not going to be able to join all the garage sale sites, and you're probably going to get kicked out of a garage sale site. Like, don't lose any sleep over it, okay? There's thousands more that you can join, and there's hundreds and thousands starting up every single day. So I did read the rules, and if they say no spamming, you know, if you're questioning whether or not you should join it, just move on to the next one. I don't join anything with less than 1,000 people in it because I use generally the same post every single day. And now that I'm in about 25 groups, my goal every day is to join 2 groups a day. So before I post to my garage sale sites, I join 2 new groups. And then I post to my garage sale sites. Some days I get 15 to 20 messages. Me, you know, commenting, I'm interested, tell me more about it. I immediately reply, great, exclamation point, smiley face, send me a friend request or shoot me a friend request, and I'll be happy to PM you more information. The gal in the video made it very clear that we should be letting them friend request us and not going after them. I think maybe she got put in Facebook jail for trying to friend too many people. But she also said the people that actually friend request you are the ones that are really interested. People are just fickle. So like sometimes they'll write that they're interested, but they're not really. And so even when you reply to them and say, oh great, send me a friend request, blah, 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 they don't. Well, that tells you right there, if they can't even friend request you, they're probably not that interested. So back to what I was saying, some days I get 15 to 20 people commenting how interested they are. Other days I get nothing. Like today, I haven't had anybody comment, and that's just the way it works, you know. And I have a feeling it's probably slowed down these last couple of days because of school starting back up. It's time to go to bed. Good night, sir. And so, okay, so once somebody comments that they're interested and I reply to their comment and I say, great, send me a friend request, I'll private message you more information. The number one goal is to expand your network. We're not looking for a sale right then and there, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to go through my conversation that I would have with anybody else, right? So my first message to them through private message is just an introduction. Hi, nice to meet you. I tell them a little bit about me, not much, just that I'm a mom, I'm a wife. I have 3 boys. They're crazy boys that keep me on my toes. Tell me a little bit about you. Some people tell you their entire life story. Some people are like, I just want to know what your magic pill is. Some people, you know, they don't really want to get to know you. But the great news is they friend requested you. Unless they take the time to go out and block you and unfriend you, now they're watching you and they're a part of your network. And so once we kind of start building that rapport and we're ready to move on to the next stage, I guess, now I'm ready to tell them what I do. And that I use the beginning of conversation. And if everybody here doesn't have that, it's a script that I use. And I just keep it simple. It's the script that I've been using for almost a year, and it works. And I can post it in the comments. It's a Word document that I created. But it flows really well, talks about what Plexus is, what we focus on. At the end of it, talks about gut health, and it says, have you ever heard of gut health? If not, I can tell you more. Now, no matter what they say, we're always going to tell them more. Even if they come back and say, yes, I've heard of gut health, I write back, great, let me tell you a little bit more. And then I go into it. Either way, I'm saying the same thing, right? And I tell them about gut health, and we talk about the importance of probiotics and hormone balance. And then at the end of that, it ends with, does that make sense? Yes, it does. Usually it's yes, it does. I don't think I've ever had anybody come back and tell me it doesn't make sense. The next thing I'm going to say to them is I'm going to ask them what their health goals are. Are you looking just for weight loss? Are you looking for energy? Are you looking for overall health? If they've already told me a little bit about themselves, I might add that in. Like if they've been forthcoming and said, you know, I've suffered from depression and anxiety for many, many years, I'll ask that. Are you looking for something for the depression and anxiety? And usually people will come back and tell me what they're looking for. Sometimes they're looking for everything. I did have a lady come back, tell me she was looking for everything, and I went back and I asked her what was more important to her, you know, which one she was looking to work on first, because that would kind of indicate to me what product I wanted to recommend to her. I always end the conversation with, though, always asking, can I make a recommendation? And I tell people that I always try to work with their budget, and I give them 3 options, usually starting with the most expensive and then working my way down. The last thing I offer, though, is still above 50 PV. It's usually probiotic and either block or edge, which actually I just had a girl join. I offered her the triplex, and then I offered her the probiotic bio-cleanse combo, and then the last combo was the probiotic block combo, and she went with probiotic, block, and she actually added in a third one. Now I can't think of what it was. I can't remember. But anyway, you know, that was her choice to do that. But I feel like that helps people not come back and say, oh, that's just too far out of my budget. And then we have to counter with, oh, if that's too expensive, let me come back and show you this. I feel like if I'm upfront and I say, you know, I don't ever want anybody to spend money that's outside of their budget. Let me give you a few options. And that's really how the conversations go. They don't necessarily come to fruition right then and there. You know, they still might come back and say, you know, I just don't think it's for me. And I just thank them for their time, because I know that they're now a part of my network, and now they're going to be watching me. And in 2 months, I'm going to follow up with them, and I'm going to see how they're doing. And I can go back and look at our conversation that we had and look to see what some of the things were that they were battling, and just kind of see how they're doing with that, and continue to build that relationship. But that's really, in a nutshell, how the garage sale sites are working for me. I started rambling.
No, that was really good. Can you tell us what you post?
Oh, yeah. I have about 3 different pictures that I use, because people look at pictures, and although some of these sites have thousands of people in it, I know a lot of these sites, probably the same people are on them all the time. So just so they're not seeing the same picture every day, I have about 3 different pictures that I use. I'm in a couple of mommy garage sale sites, so I use before and after, like, pregnancy pictures. And then I say, let me see if I can get to it. Hold on just a second.
While you do that, I'm going to post the last.
Can you guys still see?
And you could go ahead and look at yours. I'll go ahead and post the one I've been using in the chat, and I'll post it in the recording.
Okay, are you ready?
Yep.
It says, this is what the post says. Okay, it says, I'm going to be really transparent here. This is what 30 pounds of fat loss really looks like. After having my babies, I stumbled across this natural weight loss product and it worked. Not only did I lose all my baby weight and more, I've been able to keep it off for 4 years. The best part is the company lets you try it risk-free for 60 days. Comment me if you want to try. And I'll tell you, because that's me. That's my story. And so I'm working with my mom right now on coming up with her own verbiage. And so I had her send me, I said, why don't you send me how you felt before Plexus? So she's just sent me a few things. Like, she was going through menopause, and so lots of hot flashes, and she had inflammation and sleeplessness, and she was just sending me just like really how crappy she felt. And I said, okay, now send me how you feel now. And so we're coming up with some verbiage together. But what we've got to remember, though, is that people don't have long attention spans. They don't want to read a story. They want to see a picture, and they want to see 3 or 4 sentences, and even less than sentences. I'm thinking about with her just doing like check marks, like fatigue, check mark, hot flashes, check. Like, before, this is how I felt. And when I'm done coming up with it, I'll probably finish it tomorrow. I can post it just to kind of give an idea of what we came up with. But that's how I would figure out what you want to use as your post. Like I said, I use it every single day. That part hasn't changed, just the pictures that I use. And I would try to come up with something simple and not too long, something that basically is just going to pique people's interest. Yeah, that's great. Something that's going to pique people's interest to want more information.
That's awesome. I posted 2 that I literally just, this last one I posted, I need 10 people. That's already been around. I'm trying to get people for our 7-day challenge. And it just depends. Like, like Kara said, you'll get once one person comments, it's like everyone comments. But when no one comments, people are like scared, like, ew, I don't know. So do you post every single day on each page? Wow.
I do. Yep. And I told Alicia, I'm considering, because this is just totally a theory that I have. But I'm starting to kind of see a trend where, like, I post in the morning, and this is like nothing against people, but like a lot of the people, well, not a lot, but some of them are like either stay-at-home moms, which is great, right? Because that's what we do. But some of them too are like unemployed, right? And they just some of them see that risk-free for 60 days. I asked Alicia, I'm like, am I being misleading in my message? Because I had a few people that thought I was just like giving away a 60-day trial. And, they were like, oh, my understanding was that this was free. So you will still get people that you're like, roll your eyes at, you're just going to have to move on. You just can't like make everybody understand. But Alicia looked at it and, she's like, yeah, no, they're just reading it weird. Apparently. I don't know. But anyway, I'm getting off track here. So I was thinking about also posting in the evening time after, people get home and eat and get their kids to bed and they sit down and start scrolling Facebook. That might be a good time too to post to some of these garage sale sites to pique the curiosity of the working people, that are at work all day and don't have time to get on their phones until 9 o'clock at night.
That's awesome. Oh shoot, I forgot my question. I'll think of it.
Sorry.
So, you're using before and after pictures, and I want y'all to know, like, I don't have a crazy health story, so I've been posting this, and I have a picture of me holding the samples. A lot of us in this group, I know, don't have, like, your market's wide open. Like, so Minnesota, what I did, I've joined one other group, and it was in Iowa, and I joined it by accident, and I've actually had 3 people from that group order a 7-day trial because it was called Quad Cities, and we're called Quad Cities too. So I accidentally joined that group and posted. But, oh, that was my question. Do you have people get mad that you're not in the area? Or do they ask you?
Nobody has asked me, but my Facebook page does not have where I'm from at all.
Okay.
I took all of that off, and nobody has asked. Nobody's nothing. Nobody's gotten upset. I don't know if they just don't realize that I'm not, where they're from. But
okay. Yep. I've had some people ask, well, and it's probably because my profile does say where I'm from, but a lot of these garage sale sites you will see, it says will not accept you unless you have where you're from posted on your site. So
I don't even join them.
If you're new to garage sale sites or this type of thing and you have an open market, I highly suggest starting with your local community. I went through and I wrote down all of our counties. Like I Googled it, and that was in one of her video too. You can Google the counties, and then you can do that anywhere. But I decided to start with Minnesota, and I joined at least 10 of them. And the ones that I could join, and I've been posting in there. And now I'm going to start expanding to other ones. But I think, when you have that personal connection where you can meet someone, this is how I grew at New Mexico. Like I didn't never even watch this video, all this. We're going to post this video in the comments, by the way. But if you're new to doing this, like in New Mexico, I would post here, look, I have 7-day trials, 3-day trials. I'm willing to meet you. And then you get that face-to-face connection and you become Facebook friends with them. They meet you. They see that, they don't have to buy anything online. They can just buy it. That's another option too. So you could always start there. But like Kara said, a lot of people don't have the hang up where you're from. That Quad Cities one, I'm like, oh, well, how funny. I'm not actually from there, but my business is online. I had one girl, I posted, y'all, we live in a small town. It's a very small community. And I thought, man, everyone's probably, I think I'm friends with everyone I could be friends with. One girl messaged me this weekend and she goes, hello, I'd like some info on joining your team. I'm like, okay. Just from my post. She's been doing, it's huge on like Thrive, the level, whatever you've heard about that. That's what, no one knows about Plexus up here. It's mostly the Thrive. So she's like, I don't like Thrive. I'm really interested in this. I want to join your team. I'm like, okay, well, awesome. So you just never know. You're going to get crickets or you're going to get lots of people commenting. Another option, if y'all live in the same town, comment on each other's posts. So like Kara, you could add Alicia to the page, and once the admin approves it, just say, hey, I made a post. Will you go in and comment? And have her just say me. And then that just gets the ball rolling. Shelly and I do that because we live in Minnesota together. We're on a couple pages together, so that helps. Does anyone have questions? You can unmute yourself and ask. I think we said most of it. It's just another way, just like joining groups and making friends. Like Kara said, your goal is not really for the quick sale, but you want to add them to your network and make friends with them. I took tons of notes on that.
Kara, you should share. Sorry, Kara, you should share what you do with people when you get like maybe rude comments, how you handle that.
Yeah, I meant to. Thank you for reminding me. So I do not let those rude, negative people bring me down. A year ago, I probably would have. So the nice thing about this business is like learning when to have thick skin. Like, we're in a relationship business, and so we want to connect with everybody, but not everybody wants to connect with us. And so I think it's great to learn when to have thick skin, and doing these garage sale sites, you definitely have to, because people just want to be mean, right? Like some people do. And I'll tell you, I found that it's more men than women. So anyway, long story short, if somebody comments mean on your post, and you might even be looking at it going, well, is it mean? I'm not sure. If you think it might be, it is. Delete the comment, block the person. Like, don't even give it a second thought. I've had to do it, a handful of times, and I'm sure I'll continue to have to. but that's just part of it. People just, what is that? Misery loves company. Is that what that saying is? And, people just want to be mean. So just delete the comment and block the person, and you won't have to worry about it. Thank you. I forgot I was going to talk about that.
I'm so glad you said that, because I was going to ask you about that too. That's another thing. Y'all have to develop thick skin. People are so mean. Cyberbullying is real. And they just, if you can make a post and just know it comes from your heart and that you're trying to help people, there's going to be people that see it the wrong way and they think that we're in a scam, which it's not. We all know that, but there's going to be those people out there. And it's like these sites, I swear people just come on them to start something. That's all they do. And so
isn't that called trolling? Isn't that what
yes.
like trolling is? Well, yeah. I didn't know for the
when I posted this link, Sarah Schmidt commented, and it scared her away from garage sale posting ever again, which is sad. But she had a guy attack her, say something mean, and what she should have done was delete and block him right away. She got involved. Don't ever comment, because you're just egging them on, and they are going to try to tear you down. And there's nothing. It just scared her. He was mean. It was horrible. She sent me what he was sending her. He was like a scary person. And those people
make careers out of it. Like they are just like professional meanies.
It is.
I don't even know what else to call it.
Just know that that's going to happen when you come on these things. And, a lot of it takes more time, but you're going to find the people that are looking for what you have. Like I accidentally posted in Iowa and these people are like, we've never heard of this here. Yeah, well, awesome. Like they've never heard of Plexus, and you get to be the person to introduce it to them. It could be years before their town hears of Plexus. So don't be scared to talk about it. Don't be scared to share your story and get to know them. So yeah.
I have a brand new girl from Naples, Florida, and she's awesome. Like we really hit it off. And I mean, who would have thought, I'm here in Missouri.
From a garage sale site.
Yeah. Like, that's just one of the nice things, because you'll meet good people on these sites. But you got to take the good with the bad, and you'll develop the thick skin when you need it.
Yep. Amen. Any questions? I'm not sure if I need to unmute, but I think y'all can unmute. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop recording to keep it short and sweet.